Takes a little while.
So,
Wow, there's that much lag between when I hit go live and when it goes live. Hi, everybody. There we go. Haha, got it. All right, how's it going, everybody? Look who we got in the house. Finally, whoop, whoop. Brian from Motor City Aquatiks joins us for keeping it shrimple. About dang time, brother. What you been up to?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Geez, working, and being super, super sick. I don't know if some people say they think I had COVID, but only lasted a couple days. So actually, it was only bad for one day. But I had the sniffles for a couple days before that. I think it was just allergies, if you ask me.
I might have to ask you to put your mask on, sir.
I'm very sorry, but I don't have one.
We're trying to social distance, and I don't know if this qualifies as 6 feet. You're kind of close to me.
Yeah, I can't reach you. But yeah, so, and then when I missed last week, that was a debacle. We got our stuff all mixed up and twisted up, and I was cutting trees like Papa Shrimp said. I was, 90 feet, cutting 90, 100-foot trees down, and everything just got mixed up. So I apologize for not being here last week, but I made Papa Shrimp do it all by himself.
Hey, man, I've been having fun. Everybody's been having fun with me.
Heck yeah.
We made it through the pop-up without you, and actually went 2 hours. That was crazy.
I know. When I saw it, I was very excited that it went so long, that the supporters and everybody was there to support.
Oh yeah,
the channel, even though I couldn't make it. So
yeah, it was pretty cool.
But I'm glad I'm here today.
Yes, you are, and we're going to start off and say hello to Annette from Mystery Snail Guardians, helping us snail it from the start as usual. She was first in. Jeff Kane, hello. Joseph Stanley, Brookley Bell, Only Oscars, got me some shrimps. Yes, you do. Dr. Anthony, I love shrimp. Jack in the Shrimp Tank, Shooter's Range, Johnny, here, check. Liquid Zoo, Matt, hello. Thank you very much for that short video. I hope you like what I did with it. Dee Dee, hello. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in forever. Hello, Janice. Vinoksky. That's weird to say, Vinoksky. That K messes me up. Chris Robertson, hello. Ed, good to see you. Frank Basanta, a regular. Thanks for joining us. I think I made it through the list so far.
Did you say Only Oscars?
Yes.
Okay.
And she says at Motor City Aquatiks, the sun-kissed shrimps are all over the tank. My cat is fixated.
Sweet. Now, for everyone to know, this is just proof in the pudding how we say that, everything we have to offer here, even if we have to have it sent in, it's still 100%. Excellent quality and all sorts of stuff like that, because she ordered orange new shrimp. You get all sorts of stuff, so it's just a way that we prove that
we believe in our product.
Yeah, everyone's, we got really good stuff. So we're just glad that she's super happy. So that's great.
Awesome. That's cool, Only Oscars. I'm glad everything worked out. How your PRL's doing?
Yeah,
Patrick Hardy, what's up?
I was just going to say, she got some of your PRLs too.
There you look.
Picking up cichlids. I love that name.
Yeah, I know. It's cool. There's Ricky De Hoyos.
Dee Dee's Findin. What up, Miss Dee Dee? Hey, look. Still got the towel. Can't see it, but that towel doesn't get used for anything. Except looking super cool.
Oh, no. What happened? How many days has it been that they were in your tank and they started dying? You should have let me know something. Is it a substrate thing? Is it a water parameter thing?
5-gallon package job for. I had no idea.
I don't even know where to start calling my blue dreams. I have 500 of them. Started with 10 a year ago in a 5-gallon packed with Java fern. I had no idea there was that many in the tank. Yeah, that gets rough, but get you a couple of tanks, get them cycling. And then once you have the tanks that you're going to cull them to, that'll give you a better idea on how to start culling. Because if you have, the more tanks you have, the easier it is. If you only have one tank, well, then just grab the ones that you like the least and put them in that other tank, or vice versa. The ones that you like the best, that's probably easier. Catch the ones that you like the best and put them in their own tanks. And as you find them,
look at her how she says it's in a 5-gallon. So that just shows how many shrimp you can actually have. Plus it's packed full of plants, so it eats up anything bad in the water column, and they're just super, super healthy and happy.
Hi, Sandy. Hey, Melvin. Nicole, poetic song. I think my kids might unalive me tonight. It was me. Was acclimating them. And after an hour, I put them in the tank. We're great then. Dead.
Yeah, but what were your water parameters? An hour of acclimation should have been totally fine.
Yeah.
Mainsail Fern Fitch, yes, what up? Leah Jet, what up, sister? There's my girl.
Good evening, Evelyn. Lori.
What's the fish cow? New local Austin.
Jess is in the house. What's up, shrimp guys? Of course, she forgot the P, but I'm a mind reader. I know what she was typing.
Peplin Creek. Watch here, Creek.
Cool. See, look, Brian, you bring all the freaks out. I mean, did I say that out loud?
Freaks come out at night. Huh?
All the shrimpy people.
The freaks come out. The freaks come out.
I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp?
That's so cool. I'm so glad everybody's having fun with that. And I hope y'all enjoyed the little short that I threw out there. Matt sent it to me, and it was pretty cool the way he did it. So I couldn't not just do anything with it. I had to put out and put a short on there. So.
Well, Leah said that she made a stream. Been making her fish room the last 2.5 weeks. Yeah, we gotta have Leah on. Look at her sweet tanks. I just sold all my extreme blue boats, Leah. They're all gone. Wah, wah. Lefty 3213. What is going on?
Hello, Lefty. Welcome to Keeping It Shrimple.
There's so many people coming in here. I don't know what to do.
With guest star Ryan. Dun dun dun. Motor City Aquatiks having a 50% off sale. So go over there, get you some shrimps. And then if you don't like what he has because he's out of everything, then come over to my place.
I'm only out of 3. There's Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes. Welcome, welcome. What, Brian? Yep, I know. I sold out. New local Austin, Brooklyn Bell.
Wow, you pay attention, Frank. My son is great. He's practicing hockey so that way he can try to beat me after we get done. Of course, he always beats me, but he's practicing anyways. In the other,
he's not practicing. He's just over there wondering how bad he wants to whoop you. That's all. He's over there going, make Dad just think I'm over here practicing like I need it.
Well, he does for the tournament.
Oh, Patrick Hardy. DD, what was I going to say? Oh, anyone who orders from the website, my food will be here today, or was supposed to be here today, tomorrow at the latest. We had really bad storms all day today, but it should be here tomorrow. So if you ordered from me and your orders are food, because I got a bunch of orders that are foods and nets and all that, that order is coming in, should be here tomorrow. So your orders will be going out. All those dry good orders will be going out. So just give it a couple days. But other than that, everything's going good. And only 3 tanks are down now, but that's okay. Everything's going good. 50% off is rolling. And we're going to keep it going until we get our numbers down. I mean, there's some tanks that people are ordering. Like today, I got some Aura Blues. Those are little, but they should be big enough to ship. And the fancy Red Tigers. So we'll see on those too. But yeah, just keep it coming. So if they're, some tanks have 150 babies in them, so if I send those to you, you just get youngins. But yeah, keep her going.
Hello, Scott. How you doing?
Oh, Blizzle's in here?
Yep.
Hey, that guy's pretty I like his, he's got a good channel, and 2, he actually does pools in the daytime. He's a pool cleaner. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Can I post the MCA website? No.
Balls.
Actually, I could. I have to create a new banner because I never really thought about promoting Brian's website. I mean, why would I do that?
Hey, remember I told you, what was it, yesterday or something? I hit 800. Yeah, I already took it down to 799. I was gonna do a thing, 800. Yep, I already sucked it away from me that fast. CPDs. Yes, I do still want to trade for CPDs, Peppa Creek. So we are shipping now. Yeah. Whatever you want, let me know. Yeah, I'd love to trade you. That'd be sweet. Because it's been so long since I've been on here, but we got I purchased 4 Arandu goldfish for my wife. So we put those in the 32-gallon the coral or whatever this thing, BioCube. So we have 4 Arandas, and when I found them at the store, they're small and they have really big heads on them. And my buddy said that they're some of the highest grade Arandas that he's seen in years. So we bought 4 of them. They're super, super cute. Because my wife sees all these videos on YouTube where the Aranda's mouth is like they're breathing and somebody's like narrating something behind them, and it's so funny. So when I seen her get excited watching those, I bought her a bunch at the store. So yeah, got 2 white and red, or white and orange, black and orange, and a solid orange. And they all got really big heads on them, so they're nice.
There you go. I got the banner running down the bottom of the screen for you guys.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's the least I could do. You hit me twice last week.
I'm so sorry. 5-gallon pail full of sauce.
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
What loads clean up my snails but not eat my shrimp? What loads will clean up my snails but not eat my shrimp? Ooh. Christopher, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Now I know the coolie loaches. I have those, and they do good with the scuds, but not so much with snails. The ones that do good with the snails are the yo-yo loaches, but those seem to be too aggressive for shrimp because I don't have any guppy fry in that tank, and I know I've had several batches, so I'm assuming the yo-yo loaches are taking care of the guppy fry too. So I wouldn't use the yo-yo loaches. I'm starting to think, and I know this may sound crazy to most people, that I would even consider doing anything like this. But I'm starting to think that over time, with what I've experienced, whether it's planaria, hydra, or any other certain critters that come along in shrimp tanks, and maybe sometimes you get overrun with snails, I'm starting to think it might be a good idea to implement like a every 6 month kind of treat for planaria and hydra and reduce the snails kind of thing in the tank. But I'm not so sure. It's just I know the longer I keep tanks, the more I'm starting to see somewhat of a cycle of where I might have critters, and it's usually planaria, and I don't know where they come from. Maybe it's from, you know, contaminated net going from tank to tank. Who knows? But I've considered that. Am I crazy for that, Brian?
No, 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 no. It's I don't. My shrimp have never had an issue with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with maintenance. It's just one thing you have to do, and that is just your water changes. Make sure you don't forget your water changes, because if you put Pancure C in the tank and you start killing snails, you're going to have an ammonia spike. So, yeah.
Definitely. And that's the only reason why I don't. Yeah, I need to be double dipping those nets in my vinegar solution. But that's the only reason I don't like. I only use it when I have to. I've always been that way. I don't have put anything in my tanks that I don't have to. So unless I come up with an issue, whether it's planaria or hydra, then I usually don't mess with it. But in a longer span of time, I'm starting to see it be kind of a normal thing. Now, it may be 6 to 8 months where I start seeing something. It may not happen for a year. But if I incorporate, a bi-yearly type of or once a year thing, something like that, I don't think that'd be too crazy. Or if it's bad in a certain tank, do it quarterly.
I don't know. It's I just find what seems to be simplest for me is if I have an issue of what's going on, like you're saying, if there's varmints in my tank that I don't want in my tank, the easiest route is boiling. Take out all your shrimps. Take everything out you want to keep. Drain the tank down. Take it over to the tub and pump boiling water into it, and use something to stir the substrate, and it'll kill every single snail. They'll float, and I just rock it back and forth, and they come right out, and you can dump them into something, a strainer or something. The water will go out, but you just put the boiling water in there. Hot water, it'll kill everything that's in there. All the snails, planaria, anything that's in that substrate, it'll kill it. And then, once you do it 5-6 times, then just get your cold water in there and clean the tank, rinse it out, and then bring it back over, put your dirty filter back in it, put all the dirty plant, meaning bacterias and biofilms and everything, all the rocks, everything goes right back in it. Now the substrate is perfectly clean. And you can even keep half the water. So if it's 10 gallons, keep 5 gallons, put 5 gallons of fresh water, or maybe more, 7, and just put 3 back. But it's just, if I'm going to go that far, sometimes it's a little easier to do that. And like you say, if it doesn't show up for, let's say, 7, 8, 9 months, there you go. And if you're watching and not dipping new nets or putting different plants in there, there's a good chance that tank will never see any again. So
right. That's something, like I said, it all depends on your situation. If you're a shrimp keeper at home and you only have 2 or 3 tanks, you may not see those kinds of problems come until you have 30 tanks and you are trying to take stuff from other tanks, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, where'd that come from? Well, stuff like that happens. But yeah, no planaria does not kill ram's horns as far as I know. I've never had that issue. Really, the no planaria doesn't do much to my snails. The Panicure C does, definitely.
Yeah, no planaria is a wheatgrass. See, what I always tell people when they do for panic or for the worms, it's the planaria. I kind of say I just do one treatment. That's it. I've never really taken it further than one treatment. I don't know. I just never see, I've never like came back the next day or the day after and seen more or seen any. It's always seemed like one time was good with Panicure C or no planaria. I've never done more than one treatment, but Panicure C the only thing that I see that it doesn't kill are Malaysian trumpet snails. But for me, it kills the pest snails, pond snails, and it'll kill ram's horns.
And it'll kill your good bacteria too. It will kill your beneficial bacteria too. So you got to be real careful on watching your cycle, because it may just kill your cycle if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had that problem, because after I treat it, then I'll treat it again. Like if I'm using the Panicure C, I do it on Monday, and then I may do it again on Wednesday, and then by Friday I'm taking water out and replacing it and getting out as many of the dead snails that I can, whatever, to make sure that it doesn't have an ammonia spike. But I try to do it without removing the filters and changing them, because I want whatever beneficial bacteria that did survive is still able to reproduce and reproduce quickly without stressing out too much and crashing the cycle. I don't mess with it too much. I never really have, as far as messing with my shrimp tanks too much. But it's like I said, I'm trying to figure out different things the more and more I'm keeping my tank. Now, the theme for this stream tonight was asking if my tank isn't ready for shrimp yet. And honestly, I think it was ready for shrimp 2 weeks ago when I set it up. Almost the day that I set it up, I think it was ready. But me being what I'm trying to do is kind of I left it alone, and then I kind of just still try to decide which shrimp I want to put in it. But looking at the scape itself, it's pretty simple. It was in the thumbnail. It's pretty simple scape, and the water looks good. I might do a water change here tomorrow, maybe not, because my son's here and we're hanging out. Who knows? But I think it's ready for shrimp. It's been 2 weeks since I set it up like the way it is now. Would 2 weeks be good for you if it was a reset tank, not a start from scratch? I basically washed out the substrate and put all the decor back in, spider wood. The mosses that I put in there were all from cycle tanks. The filters were from cycle tanks. So 2 weeks good enough?
Oh shoot, I would have did it that day.
I know, me too.
Well, I mean, like you said, you're not putting a new filter in. All you did was clean substrate. So to me, if you're putting a dirty filter back in, and everything else that you're putting in the tank has bacteria on it, then I do it that day. I mean, I don't know how many times I make videos on it. I literally take a tank apart, scrub it, put it right back together, and throw shrimp in it, and they go crazy and thrive and go nuts. But if I didn't have the stuff that I have when I put it back together, then that would not be good. Because then the tank would have to go through all that crap and crashes and this and that. Yeah, look at that Mississippi hippie. God, she totaled her truck. Hope she's okay.
I'm sorry, Sherry. Yeah, I hope you're okay. That stinks. Brooklyn Bell was saying
64.
No planaria treatments on 3 of her tanks. Pretty sure it's killing a lot of my paw snails and Ram's horn snails. And holy crap, I forgot about the cycle. Well, that's where with no planaria, I think that is different than fenbendazole. The no planaria treatment is actually just a tree root. I forget the name of the tree, but it's totally natural. So it shouldn't kill your snails and or your cycle. Now, if you overdosed it, who knows what it could do. What's that one? Planaria remover.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no area. It's the stuff I sell here, but it's all natural for shrimp plants. Natural planarian remover. This is the stuff I get from Taiwan.
It is betel nut palm extract. Betel. Whatever. BETEL nut palm extract. That's the main ingredient. But I've never had problems with when I do no planaria, but it's the fenbendazole that is what I'm careful with.
And all you have to do if you're worried about the cycle is put live bacteria in it. Do a water change, put live bacteria in it. You can do Fritzheim 7, anything like that to put bacteria. Like if you're worried about it, get it right back into your filters. Just pump it right back into the tank and you'll be fine. I've never had an issue with shrimp dying after I've done no planaria or Panicure C, but it does happen. But I've never had like the tank die off because, but that's another thing is I don't go 3. I've never dosed it 3 times. So I just
on the no planaria.
Or the Panicure C. I've never done it 3 times.
I've never done it 3 times. I've done it twice. In one case, because they had a really bad outbreak of Hydra, and it was so bad that I thought it was algae. It looked like a bunch of algae coating everything. And when I looked real close, I was like, "Holy crap! That's an entire carpet of Hydra."
Yeah,
but that's the only time I've done it that bad. When it's on no planaria, I think. In every tank, especially in my current setup, in every tank that I've treated, it's only been 1 scoop, 1 time, 1 and done.
Yeah, I get the Hydra in my Shelly tank sometimes because I feed the frozen baby brine. And, they say if you feed that, you can get Hydra. Well, I've controlled it pretty much. More water changes gets rid of it, and vacuum it out. It comes right out, and but that's the only place I get it because I feed them. They go nuts. All the babies go nuts when I put it in there. I haven't fed them yet today. Like Father Fish says, a hungry fish is a healthy fish. So I try not to keep my feedings, except to the big fish. I try not to keep my feedings the same. Because I want to mimic like out in the wild. So, there's going to be days that a fish doesn't eat or that it eats too much or anything like that. So, but that's where I've had the issue, but nowhere else.
Is there a minimum number of shrimp per gallon you like to go with for a start to a colony? Does that number change for Neo versus Caridina? The main thing that if it was me, I'd like to have probably 2 males and at least 6 females. I like the 1-to-3 ratio when it comes to shrimp, and maybe even a 1-to-4 ratio. Just because I don't want to have, since the males usually are the dominant genes, I don't want to have to. It's easier to have 2 really nice males and let them do the fertilization and pass those genes on. And instead of having so many males versus very little females, because they might get stressed out from being beat up by too many males when they get saddled and stuff. So I like to start a colony. To start a colony, I'd love to have 50 shrimp, but in reality, it's a lot easier to start with a lower number. So If I can get away with 1 male and 4 females, that's probably what I do best. Because if I know the 1 male and the 4 females are like great quality, then I know that's the best way to start a colony instead of haphazardly with a, kind of too much variety within a high number of shrimp makes it more difficult to cull. And I think it's the same whether it's neos or caridinas, because neos, it really depends, but you might start to see some variations with that many more shrimp. Again, if they're high, like if they're Lucases, get you 5 of those, and hopefully you got,
don't let them hear you say just 5. Get 10.
Well, yeah, you better, because you're probably going to get more males than females. But I know I started with 5 of his, I think. Wait, no, actually, I got 10 of them when I got them way back in the day. And they started producing, and then you still have to cull. Even Lucas culls.
Don't say that.
Yeah, you get better and get you some rest, Sherry. Don't be all dizzy and weird on the stream, because then that means something's not right. Or unless you're still kind of in shock. But that's not good either. You need to get some rest and get better.
Does Papa have a discount code? I'm at checkout. Only Oscars.
No, I don't. I don't think I have one in there. Darn it. Oh, for Brian?
No, that's for you. I have a discount code. You plastered it all over my website. She's on your website.
Oh. No, I don't have a discount code. I should have put one in before we started streaming. My bad.
We're trying. The thing is I'm able to do it because I have more. So what we're trying to do is get Papa Shrimp up there. So, his ability to have more tanks, kind of get him back where he was before his house fire, and look, that takes time. I started tanks with 6 shrimp because that's all I could afford, and worked my way up from there. So it's, we're trying to build his back up to where he can have discounts. It's just not,
right now it's not feasible, because if I put stuff on discount and y'all buy it up, then I have no shrimp. Well, that's one of the reasons why I haven't really done that. Brian's doing his spring sale because it's all the breeding that's been going on, and now he needs to clear out and do some spring cleaning. So, and he's got some large colonies. Chris Robertson, 1 shrimp per gallon will start a colony. That makes sense. Like I said, if it's 10 gallon, go with 10 shrimp. If it's 5 gallon, go with 5 shrimp.
Well, the males and females won't hide from each other if you don't have that many hiding spots for them to hide from each other. I mean, if you just have a tank with just substrate in it and like a piece of boost or something, ain't nobody hiding from nobody.
So in the house, what's up, brother? How you doing? Are you feeling better? I saw the other day you weren't feeling so good. Hope you're feeling better. So 1 gallon with 1 shrimp. No, Joseph. Put 2. A male and a female.
How come my shrimps aren't breeding? I mean, I have 1. I have a 1 gallon. They're not breeding. I did what Lucas said, just 1 per gallon. I'm having a hard time. Can't figure it out. Please help.
I just love it because it means that everybody.
I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp?
I love crack. Who else loves crack? I love crack.
Don't you sell some of that on your website?
I do. I sell shrimp crack.
Shrimp crack.
Yes, sir.
Shameless plug. See, I need to be getting commissions off of this, Brian.
You should. But you're not.
I'm just helping out my buddy.
You should, but you're not. But you should. Just start with the berry shrimp. No, there you go. You know how many times? Here's the story. Joseph Stanley says, start off, you said 1 per gallon, just start off with a berry shrimp. Well, I did that once when I couldn't afford fancy red tigers. I bought a fancy red tiger for $35. And that's how I started my colony that I actually have now. One buried female, and she was a nice female, good-looking female, but she was in a tank with really high-grade males. So,
Uh-oh, you froze. Oh, no. And that's not even a good picture for you to freeze on. Come on, man. You got to make an ugly face. There it is. That's a little better. Oh, there you are. Now you're back.
he said, butt crack. What? Yeah, I love my cherry shrimp. I had the colony for 3 years. See, it's you know, sometimes you
Neos
just
can go with caridina. Caridina can't go with neos. In other words, neos will adjust to caridina parameters most of the time, as long as it's not on the very, very low end of the spectrum, or as far as low pHs and very, very soft waters. If you keep it on the higher, like tigers and neos are a good combination, because tigers can handle a little bit higher end of the spectrum on parameters. But they can't go the other way. The caridina can't go in neo parameters.
Crypt Keeper Aquatics. Yeah, no, she didn't drop her babies. Kept her eggs. I don't know how many times I've sent pregnant females out to customers just because, you know, somebody orders 10, I send 15, or in that 10, I'll put a pregnant female in there, and, you know. But
yes,
yeah.
Joseph. There's this other food besides the carrots, because I've heard the carrots will help them with the beta carotene, but it's that, what's it, annexation is what is in shrimp foods, the ones for the red pigmentation. Is it annexation? It's something like that. Brian, help me out here, man. Don't just look at me like I'm an idiot.
I'm not. I was just going to say, when I would usually feed them tropical color granules, tropical color granules, and that would give them redder color.
You were praying to the shrimp gods when you froze. And yeah, that stuff. And that. Yeah.
Thaxeton.
Yeah.
You want me to look at? I
That's
can't.
what I said.
Yeah, red number 40. Yeah.
Red number 40.
Huh? That just come? Oh, we got a shipment.
I thought you were going to say the other word that ends in load.
Load?
Yeah. You got a shipload of stuff, huh?
Shipload, yeah. What did I just say I was supposed to be getting?
Food.
Yeah, what I said
Your shrimp.
I was getting to fill those orders, everybody's orders. DeWalt.
Be careful. Do not cut towards you. Cut away from you.
Thank you, Papa.
That's in the OSHA safety guide to opening packages of shrimp food.
Yeah, it's OSHA, all right. OSHA's on crack. All right.
The official Shrimp Handling Association.
Yeah. Taiwanese newspaper. I sell it very cheap. Oh.
Yeah.
Tons of shrimp foods. Oh, look. Here it is. The special food that 2 customers been waiting on, the last of the mucha. There is no more mucha except from mucha themselves. But these are the last 3 packages that I'm able to get. That was a special order. Then, look, new pack. Uh-oh. New packages on extendable nets.
Oh, sweet. I like those.
And of course, probably all the same color. And then, he went back to the preformed. Oh, was this Jai Hong Crystal Shrimp? Is this? No. The 3D fiberglass net.
Yeah, the graphite or whatever.
Yeah, the graphite. Yeah, but the 3D, the real nice ones. These are white. The ones that I have left are blue. But so I got a box of extendable nets. I got a ton of graphite nets. I have shrimp food, but he didn't send me the other kind. He only sent me the new style. So
And keep in mind, everybody, it's all 50% off.
they got metal rings on the back of them. That's
nice.
Sweet. Yep. Yeah, everything's 50% off, but I have to fill everyone's orders, so still nothing changes. Still 50%. But see what I do to keep everyone happy? Make sure you get all the foods. Huh? What? Oh, I don't know what a fish head boo-boo is. Are those nets free with every order? I wish they were. I wish they were. Yeah, friends, Shrimp Gods made delivery. I told y'all I ordered some stuff. It's supposed to be here today.
That was nice how it came in for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad we brought you good vibes and made it happen here live.
Yeah. Papa Shrimp. But it's cool because, everyone knows that with us, meaning me and you, that, the trust, they trust us with everything. But when people are sending, large amounts of money and I say, well, I'm out of this or I'm out of this, give me a minute to order so I can get you the food that you actually ordered, they're going to go, oh, really? So, people come on here, they see that it came in. Because if you notice, I keep all my foods back here. Well, there's only 2 packs of the old food, and that's not food. That's for something else. And then there's only 2 old nets there, the 3D nets, and there's 2 extendable nets there. So the new food I'm out of, and people have been ordering the new food. Well, I can't fill that order without the new food. So that's why I asked, just give me a second and I'll be on it. Bwizzle. I like shrimp because the KH and pH. It's like testing the pH and alkalinity and calcium in pools. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That guy's he's got a real cool job.
No wonder. I was wondering how come you weren't on date night. No wonder.
Nice.
Lucky you. Thanks for joining us, Joseph.
How do I lower my pH? RO water. Pure RO water.
Yes.
Or what is it from the store? What's the stuff you buy at the store?
Vinegar?
You're going to say absolute? No, the water at the store, the filtered.
Baking powder or whatever, the bicarbonate.
No, the water. Like RO water.
Still water?
Yeah, distilled water. You can put distilled water or RO water to knock down pH. You can going down with pH is fine. It's going up with pH that'll hurt just about everything. So if you're going to go up in pH, take your time, go slow. A couple drips here and there, but going down, it's nothing.
Depending on what you got, the distilled water will help a lot. And then also, if you have like a hang-on back filter or some kind of filtration like that, or even without it, get you one of those media bags, fill it up with some stratum, and drop it in your tank.
Jeez.
Media bags with stratum is a good way to help you kickstart that buffering process without having to add too much chemicals. You might have to keep an eye on to make sure it doesn't. But if you don't use a whole lot, like the entire bottom of your tank, if you just use a small amount in the bag, that will help absorb some of the KH, pull that out of the water and drop your pH. Yeah, I've done the distilled water from the stores. That's when like if I didn't have my RO unit set up, I'd just go buy some distilled water and the big 5-gallon things. Of course, for a little while, past couple of years, there was a limit on how much water you could buy. So that was an issue that I could only buy 2 1-gallons or 1 5-gallon because of all of the, the people ick, the human ick. You're using Stratum? Wow. There's got to be something going on if your pH is going. Well, it depends on what your water is to begin with. I know that I use Stratum in almost all of my tanks in my first setup in town because my pH on my tap water was around 8.2. So even with Stratum, I could only get it down to about 7. It wasn't until I started using RO water and distilled water for my caridina tanks that I was able to get my pH lower down in the 6 range. But I think that, and I haven't really tried it, so don't ask me. I know other people have, but there's that pH down stuff and pH up stuff. But I don't like messing with that. Hey, my lights turned off. Got dark. Any tips on sending shrimp out? Sending some next week to a winner on my stream. Yep, burrito method. Look it up. That's probably the most effective way. Depends on if you have breather bags, etc., or not. I don't use them. Brian doesn't use them.
Nope, they're a gimmick.
Yes, Peplin, 50% off all shrimp except for Neo Caridinas.
Yeah, I think we got to check something.
Yeah, distilled is a little bit different because that's why it's called, it's just the reverse osmosis is most of what your distilled water is, but the deionization is what you get from most of your RODI units.
Only Oscars just put in an order and it took 50% off all the Neos she just ordered. And it's not on Neos. That's weird. Only Oscars.
Tap is 8.2. Woo! Yeah, the best I could get out of Stratum with tap water at 8.2 is about 7. Neutral. It'd get about neutral. But then it depletes your Stratum really quick as far as its ability to buffer. Now, is it still great for plants? Heck yeah. The Great Wolf Lodge is cool. Is it up here in Dallas? She coming to the one up here?
We have one in Wisconsin. Amano's included. No.
All right, good job, Dee Dee. I know you've been so excited about that thing.
All right.
They boil off the vapor, which is pure water. See, that's why we need Dr. Anthony for all the technical stuff. We're just keeping it Shrimple type of guys, so we don't know all those fancy terms like annextacetin or whatever that stuff is. My son's laughing at me. Everybody had a cart going with Neos.
Need a who? You said a Doctor Who?
Anthony.
Don't know him.
Yes, you do. Amazon Research Center for Ornamental. Well, you've been out of the loop for so darn long working. Being all responsible and adult-like. I don't know what's up with you. Ooh, you want a bulk reef supply 4-stage plus 100 gallons per day RO system for $80 brand new at our club's yearly auction a few weeks ago. Wow, that's awesome. That 100 gallons per day is pretty good. I think on my RO buddy, because all I have is a RO buddy. RO is 90 to 95% pure water. Okay, cool deal. Now we know. Don't know the doctor. Awesome. They're making fun of you. Depends on your RO unit. The reagent grade ones are very pure, higher than 95%. Dee Dee says, see, Dr. Anthony is good for something. Aw, thanks, Sherry. I love shrimp.
Boy, I don't understand to give a refund. It only wants to refund the money after the discount.
I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp?
There, now we're being positive. Thank you, Sherry. TDS of my tap water is up over 500 ppm. Super hard water. What should I do?
Okay.
RO for caridinas. Don't want to keep buying distilled.
I get you. No, I got it.
I mean, that's really up to your personal preference. I use an RO buddy just because it's cheap. And
I think that's what I got, RO buddy. I think so.
The only problem is it takes forever because it's only like 50 gallons per day.
Mine's 100.
Yeah, I got the 50 gallons per day one. So it takes forever to do. Like if I reset, it took me like 8 hours. It didn't take that. Well, maybe about 8 hours to fill up that 20 gallon. It is quite a long time. But, you know, to each his own. Just make sure you do your research and get what you need for your needs. If that makes sense. I need something other than an RO buddy, the number of tanks that I have with caridina shrimp, but I use what I have and make the best with it. I keep it shrimple because I have to. I have to keep it cheap. I was supposed to order the other kind of shrimp from you. I have the Neos. Too much puff puff pass. Let's see what's going on. Any other? I got the water from Bulk Reef, and the wastewater is pretty close to the RODI. Yeah, that's like I said. I use my wastewater for especially when I have outdoor tubs. All my wastewater goes into tubs with plants and guppies and everything, and they do just fine. It's not like if it's dirty water, and it doesn't come out any more concentrated out of your filter than it does out of your tap. So it's not like if it's bad water. Yeah, there's Severums are being given away tonight on Dan's. You were supposed to get the Neos from me. You told me.
And now she can't. I refunded her money.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're buddies here. You know, it's all good. Of course, I
refunded her money. Oh, 801 subscribers now. Woo!
All right, look at you go. Now, how TDS down enough. They basically, yes, they pretty much perform the same. I mean, they have the same function. Now, how long they last, the like if you're going to get absolutely zero TDS out of one unit versus maybe 1 to 2 out of another unit. You know, I can only tell you with experience to what I've actually used. The gallons per minute or per day, though, that's where I come into trying to decide what is best for my needs. And like I said, a RO buddy isn't good for 30 some odd tanks. If I only had one or two, that'd be perfect for it. But I need something bigger, like, 300 gallons per day would be nice, but I doubt I can afford one of those big old.
That's too much. That's overkill.
Well, eventually my whole dang shrimp breeding facility will be overkill. So
Well,
I'll
see,
need
but that's different. Yeah, even for how many tanks I have, I mean, if I could punch out 70, 75 gallons a day, and I have that, I have the pump, or I mean, that pressure pump or whatever. So the water runs out of my tank or out of my faucet, goes into that pump, and then goes into the filters, and it pressurizes it differently. These lines go everywhere, so it pressurizes the water, the wastewater, this and that. So I get the same amount. I get 1-to-1 when it used to be 4-to-1. I get like 4 gallons to 1 gallon of RO water. So now I get 1 gallon to 1 gallon. So both tanks will fill up the same speed if I run it like that. But I haven't done the tap water stuff in so long because I need the RO to do these, and I haven't done I haven't done anything in God, I don't know how long. And these tanks are 3 inches below the rim, all of them. I mean, they're all so low. They're just over bubble. The bubbles are. I just don't have time.
No, I do not have a holding tank. And so everybody understands, when I first set up this temporary fish room, that's exactly what it was supposed to be. I moved in here last March, and I intended that by summertime I'd have my place built on the property. And then, heart surgery happened. So that kind of changed my plans. And this room was going to be just temporary holding place while I built my facility. Well, that's why I haven't gone as far as having a sump system with my overflow. I haven't drilled my tanks. I don't have anything to make it all fancy. I don't have a holding tank because I'm trying to wait for when I start building my facility before I start investing in that stuff. Just because I'm hard on cash, man. Money is tight, so I'm trying to make sure I make the right choices. And if I got to do it manually, then I do it manually. So the way I have it set up right now is it runs directly from my washer and dryer hookup. I have the hot water and cold water plumbed to go into one line, so that way it pre-mixes before it gets the filter. And then it runs through the filter, and I have a line going all the way from my laundry room, all the way across the walls and the top of the house to this room, where I have my hose that I can just move from tank to tank, or I have the one set up back here on this 8-tank rack that is set up with one plug, and all tanks, 8 tanks are being fed. So I've done a little bit of stuff to make it a little bit easier on myself, but a lot of it is still just completely manual. And that's why at this number of tanks, it starts to get a little bit more. I have to stay on top of it with this many tanks. I have to stay on top of it consistently, or else I run into problems. But eventually I will have a holding container that will house my RO water and my tap water.
I'll have one that houses mermaids.
Ooh, that would be nice. 1,000 mermaids?
I don't as many as it takes to get rich. I don't know.
Anyways, we've run across. We've been on for an hour. It's been awesome having everybody in here. I know, sometimes we go a little bit long, but like I said, my son's here, and I almost didn't stream tonight because my son's here. So I'm going to cut it at the end of the hour, say goodbye to everybody. Thank you to all my mods, all the viewers, all of you placing orders at Brian's and my website. Thank you, Brian, for joining me finally. we should be able to make this an every Wednesday thing. You know, let us know what you think now that he's back. And thanks for hanging out with us and keeping it Shrimple. We'll see you again next time.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Hey,